Diep greeted everyone with a soft, gentle, hello, her voice carrying a kind warmth, yet trembling ever so slightly. Behind that simple greeting lay a quiet exhaustion, the kind that comes from waiting too long for someone who has not returned. She tried to hide it, tried to smile as though everything in her world was steady, but anyone who looked closely would see it. The way her eyes softened whenever the name James drifted through her thoughts. The way her steps slowed each time she wondered why his phone was still unreachable. That morning, she visited the elderly couple who had always treated her like family. The moment they saw her, their faces lit up with genuine relief. They welcomed her in, scolded her gently for being gone so long, praised her for looking healthier and prettier. She handed them kites she had picked herself and a small box of cakes, simple gifts, but full of affection. Yet beneath her calm appearance, memories tugged at her, memories of the days she was chased by dangerous people, running blindly through unfamiliar paths, so terrified she couldn't remember where she'd been. She had been lost for more than a week, exhausted and scared. And who was the person who searched for her then? Who gathered help? Who called her name in the wind until they found her? It was James. After that ordeal, he built her a small house, modest, warm, filled with quiet care. She showed it to the elderly couple, pointing at the newly built chicken coop. But standing there, in that peaceful little home, she whispered the truth that slipped out before she could stop it. Without James beside me, I don't feel like doing anything at all. And then came the silence. Days passed. Then more days. Every call she made to him ended with the same cold message. The subscriber you have dialed is not available. Her heart tightened each time she heard it. She tried calling again, then waited, as though his name might suddenly appear on her screen. She even considered visiting his father, something she had never dared to do before. Worry filled her, steady and heavy like rain clouds refusing to drift away. She spoke to Ms. Huyen, who told her gently that James was probably away on business, somewhere with poor signal, somewhere too busy to reach out. Diep nodded, but the dread in her chest didn't fade. To keep herself from sinking too deep into worry, she forced herself to take action. She arranged to meet a fruit buyer and visited a large pomelo orchard. She walked between the rows of trees, touching the leaves still cool with morning dew, tasting each type of pomelo, da sun, Katke, Buoy Duong. She listened to the orchard owner talk about prices, yields, transport costs, and deposits. 90 million, 130 million, 30 fruits per tree, sometimes 45. She calculated everything carefully, trying to imagine building a life strong enough not to depend on anyone. But even as she discussed business deals, her heart continued its own quiet, desperate search. Every moment of silence asked the same question. Why hasn't James come back yet? And despite having no answer, despite days of unanswered calls, despite every logical reason to give up, she kept waiting. She waited because the same man who was unreachable now had once searched the mountains for her without hesitation. She waited because when she was lost, he never stopped calling her name, because he had given her a home, a sense of safety, and a belief that she mattered. So even now, when all she heard was the cold robotic tone of a disconnected line, she still held onto the fragile thread of hope. Later that day, as she sat with little Nhi, peeling a pomelo with gentle fingers, she smiled, a soft, beautiful smile that carried a hidden ache. Her heart was tired, but it hadn't stopped believing. She didn't wait because she was sure he would return. She waited because she had not yet learned how to let go of the hope he left behind. And so the story began with a greeting, hello, but beneath that simple word lay a whole world of longing, devotion, and the quiet strength of a woman who continued to wait for the man who had once saved her, even when he himself had disappeared into silence.